Hey there, this is Wothar Mage coming to you with a video that don't really make too often. Kind of my ADHD gets the better of me, and I usually kind of just like open stuff up and don't really record it until after the fact. But like, man, I really should have done that, considering how much cool tech I come across all the time. Anyways, what I have here is a GPD Win 4. I have the white model, 16 gigabytes RAM, 512 gigabyte SSD. I paid $766.60. Anemone, stop scratching the damn chair. I paid $766.60 for this, plus tax, shipping, yada yada yada. I also got the 4G LTE add-on modem as well. I saved quite a bit on this, so I kind of just said, oh well, I'll just go ahead and get the modem as well. If I end up sticking with it, then I'll make great use of it. If not, then it gives me something extra to bundle with it to sell it with or trade with or whatever. Really, for me wanting a 6800u device, it boiled down between three options. The Win 4, a 1X Player 2, because I had experience with the original 1X Player, 8.4 inch with the i7. Loved the size of the screen. Really big downside I didn't like about it was how teeny the speakers in that was. They were so quiet. But apparently the speakers in the 1X Player 2 are so much better, so much louder and everything, but they were down firing. Now the speakers on this are front firing, and what I've heard so far from other people is that they're actually great and pretty amazing. GPD themselves stock up somewhat of a big game with it as well, so I mean I'll put that to the test here soon. Those were my first two options. My third option was just saying whatever, I'll just go with the GPD WinMax 2. Because one of the appealing points to this is the full keyboard that it has, which is why I would have gone with the WinMax 2 as well. Didn't really care too much about it being much larger. I mean, a 10-inch screen and everything. Just means I get to enjoy games more. Don't care if the back on that gets a bit hot from extended use. I'm used to hot and cold all the time. Back in elementary and middle school days, I used to walk in 10-degree weather, 2 to 6 inches of snow on the ground, and just blue jeans and t-shirt. So, never really bothered me anyways. Yeah, anyway, so GPD, their official store, they put the 512 gigabyte and 512 storage and 16 gigabyte RAM models on sale down to $766.60 over the weekend. Now, they sent a message saying that it was this weekend only, and they did just the white model. The black model was still the same price as always. It was like, what, $987 or $897, something like that. Decently higher. And then the 1 terabytes were pretty high and everything too. Well, after mine shipped to me, they actually changed the price of the black one down to the same price too, whatever. I think the whites looks really sleek, and if you're going to put custom decals on it later on down the road or anything, you'd probably want to go with the white anyways, just because the white underneath them kind of looks cool. Also hides imperfections for some of the decals, how they're not really fully printed the way that it should be, so sometimes you have some white edges, so then the white console base kind of hides that. Makes it look more like it was on purpose, like it was intended. Anyways, this is my first time opening it. The only thing that came in was a very thin kind of plastic bag almost that covered this, and then it also came inside of one of these as well, and then inside of the brown box itself. And then this was just sitting like on the side like that up here at the top. This I did take a look at. It's really snug box. And it's literally just the modem inside, nothing else except for some foam. Now, in here, let's see what we got. Another snug box. I really like it for those of us that like to collect and display our boxes for our unique items that we get. Really nice to have a snug box, means it will last. Inside, some foam, very nice. Passes a smell test. Smells like a great factory, for sure. Alright. Quality, Innovation, Extreme Service. QIES. Okay. Got a little tab here to pull up. Has a little protective piece of foam up here as well onto here. This I'm going to end up probably throwing away, honestly. I have a tempered glass screen protector coming in. It says that it will be here Monday. This I ordered Sunday night, Eastern Standard Time, and it got delivered to me roughly 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today on a Thursday. Original delivery estimate was, I believe, May 5th or so, but it got delivered April 27th when I ordered it just, 4 or 5 days ago, something like that. Anyways, this probably just put on top of timber glass, say whatever, I guess, I don't know. Actions speak louder than words. I agree. They really do. I really like the feel of the buttons. For sure. Everybody talks a big game about this D-pad. It feels to me like a very refined PSP D-pad. I have not used a PS Vita. I've always meant to get one, but I've always been kind of content just playing on PC and everything else, and having all my Xperia plays I have laying around as well. I got like 6 of these laying around. I got NVIDIA Shield Portable over there on the ground and everything. But yes, this, from what I've had experience with, it's like a very refined PSP D-pad. I've used every PSP model, including the E model, the UK Street model, whatever you want to call it. These feel better than Switch analog sticks. I had a Switch on release, and I had lights as well. These feel a little more tight. Yeah, definitely more tight, a little more quick. Set that to the side because everything else in there is just paper, charger, and such. I mean, I'll open the charger, I guess, to show what it looks like. Oh yeah, it comes with a lanyard. I don't really like the design of it. Doesn't really say. This speaks like skate rink lanyard kind of thing that you'd win from playing skee ball. Honestly, I'll probably still put it on there though. Use it. Why not? It's there. Might as well make use of it. Does that come out the other side? Cool. 65. Everything's always 66 or 65 now. Let's actually compare it to a OnePlus Warp Charge 65. Size-wise, the GPD is a bit smaller. Feels more compact. Slightly heavier. But you definitely have this. Oh my god. That is great. Absolutely love that. Absolutely love when they have ones that actually snap. They have some kind of spring, some kind of mechanism, instead of it being so loose and everything to where you just end up just being all over the place. Absolutely love that. Okay. Holding it, I can feel the weight that people talk about a lot. I've watched so many reviews say they don't like the weight, how hefty it is, that they get fatigued after a while. I think the little kind of bump it has going on back here for the buttons and everything for some grip, and then the texture actually is great. I'd probably hold it like this a lot, like just absolutely gripping it. Let's see. What would be optimal way to use the back buttons as well? I'd probably have to hold it like that, and that does not feel too comfortable to hold it like that. But I do have large hands. There were 7-inch hands from middle finger to base palm. So if you have more average hands, like 6 to 6.5 inches or something like that, you probably wouldn't have as much of an issue. Yeah, I think it'd probably be perfect for anybody with slightly smaller hands, but with how I have larger hands, not too optimal, but it's serviceable for sure. These don't feel bad at all. This one feels slightly loose. This one is decently tight. This one's slightly loose. The L2 is slightly loose feeling. I did see thumbnails of some reviews saying, "Oh my God, this is the end of them. They need to fix this fast or something." I didn't watch any of them. I'm guessing something's wrong with it. I have no idea. I mean, it feels fine otherwise. It feels slightly loose. Looking at the top, it looks like it's got a bit of a gap right here compared to here. Yeah, you can kind of see it there too. It looks like, I don't know. Not too worried about it, honestly. I do like how they went with the smoky black for these, though, versus it being clear. I think it complements the face buttons so much better than just being clear. Alright. Let's see, how's that feel? Very tight. Like, honestly, I wish it did like the Play did, where you pushed up and then it would kind of go up the rest of the way itself. I don't know. It still feels premium though. The way that slides, it still feels premium. I will say that. As far as keypad goes, it definitely reminds me of, let's see, late 2000s full keyboard phones. Not early, not mid, but late 2000s, the ones right before everybody was starting to make switch to over Android and everything, and people were easing their way into it. Feels like those. It feels like some of the Windows phones, like Windows 6.5 mobile keyboards. They're just not raised over it. But otherwise, the travel, sound, and the actual like feel of the key itself, it feels exactly like that, honestly. Let's see. I have one laying around. I usually have it next to me, but I don't have it next to me right now. Otherwise, I would show exactly which model I'm talking about that it feels exactly like. But I like it. You can definitely use fingernails or fingertips. You can also use whatever these are called. I guess the palms of your thumbs. Even though this is the palms. I don't know. The bones. I like it. The L3 feels like it takes a little more to push it down versus the R3. R3 feels very tight. L3 feels very, very slightly loose. I mean, the sound kind of helps you kind of point that out more, but like feeling it, I have to push the L3 ever so slightly more than the R3. It's not too bad though. It's not a make or break. Alright, does this have any juice? It does. Yeah, terrible camera quality today. I have my tripod coming in for this device, but it's not here yet. And I get this today, so we're just going to deal with it. Okay. Can't read any of that, so we're going down to English. Yes. I'm going to say I don't have Wi-Fi, so I don't have to set up an account. Oh wait, Windows 11 makes you do that. Fuck. The colors for these buttons are very subtle. It shows up more on screen, but in person it's actually very subtle. That's pretty quiet. I'll put it close to the mic. I said it's very quiet for it starting up Windows for the first time after their fresh factory image install. I like how it actually lays flat. There's no wobble to it. I really like that. You can just lay down, not have to worry about things. Who's going to use this device? Say no to everything, even though it doesn't really make a difference, because it still keeps track of all that no matter what, unless you install a custom version of Windows. Again, here's the fan, right next to the mic. The mic I'm using is the mic inside of a Bayer Dynamics MMX 300 Gen 1 custom headset. Custom is just that it's blue rings and white tabs that connect to the earphones. I do wonder how much juice is in this, and if it's gonna just randomly die during this. It shouldn't though. I mean, it is such a low TDP chip considering what it is, and it's not really taxing itself by doing this. Almost there. You heard it, or you read it? Haha. Oh, the battery's like, yeah, battery's 85%. Awesome. All right. So, how's this? Okay. I do like that we have an optical trackpad. The only things I don't like, I kind of wish it was inside. Like, it wouldn't make sense for it to be in here, considering how tight it is to be able to have a keyboard in the first place. The only place that makes sense would be like down here, or like in the dead center, like early to mid 2000s laptops have that little blue trackball, trackpad, track nub, little nipple in the middle. Just because of how I have large hands, it feels very awkward to use it like that. Let's see. And it's not too bad for if I'm reaching over. I'm not gonna accidentally touch it if I'm reaching over my thumb, so that's pretty good. If I had it resting, so much better, so much easier to use it if it's resting. One click, press and hold, nothing. Okay, so there we go. I just didn't do it the first time. Press hold, right click, okay. I like the feel of it. It has like a glossy kind of feel. Not a gloss plastic, but a gloss glass kind of feel. It feels very nice. It does feel premium. That's for sure. Yeah. Okay. So, I'm going to go connect to the internet real quick and play a little something real quick. So give me 1 second. ahead and select the option to connect while it's not broadcasting. My bad. So I'm not even cutting this out, just so you get the full experience of how long it took. Alright, there we go. Now it's connected. Okay. Let's open up Edge, start without data, confirm and start browsing, yeah, whatever. Okay, so immediately, Opera GX. I'm going, whenever I actually set this up, whenever I get my 4TB SSD in, and actually set this up exactly how I want it to, I'll be doing Vivaldi over Opera GX for this specific device. Options, yes, no. Hey, god damn it. Yeah, whatever. Do it later. Like I said, it's only going to keep this install of Windows for probably 3 days before my 4TB comes in. Hey, Nimine. Come here. Come here, baby. Come here. Good girl. Okay. Oh, a little bit of cat cam. Hey. No, not that site. Go back. Okay.
Look at yourself, worrying about music.
Blah, 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 blah. Nobody cares. Okay. So, 100. Alright, I think that's very serviceable, for sure. Really helps that they're front-facing speakers, down here and down here. Definitely helps. Okay, so if you're somebody that likes to grip the control like this, your sound's going to be a bit muffled for sure. Not too bad though. Unless you absolutely like to hug it and like strangle it. But otherwise, I mean, if you play a little bit more relaxed, like most people do, kind of hands off to the side a bit more, you should be able to hear everything just fine. Just whenever you press like start or select, you'd have that quick second where whichever channel that your thumb is over is kind of slightly muffled, but it's nothing too bad. I do like the feel of these though. These are, what, 3D Alps? Or Alps 3D? Whatever the hell they're called. Sticks. Not Hall effects, but honestly, you're not going to notice too much of a difference. I mean, you can go in, you can configure the dead zones and everything yourself. You can get it as close as possible. Honestly, unless you have a Hall effects analog stick right next to this to be able to test them side by side, 98% of people are not going to be able to tell the difference. Guaranteed. As long as you know how to mess with sensitivity settings and dead zones and everything, you can get them as close, even slightly better than some Hall Effect joysticks, in all honesty. Because again, these are hardware parts and software being involved as well. There's always the chance that not every single joystick comes out perfect, and you have ones that are slightly closer to the bottom of the barrel versus top of the line. Yeah, I like them. I'm trying to think of what they remind me of, because they remind me of something so much. I don't know what it is, though. Anyways, there's just very first impressions opening it and everything. Not playing any games, obviously. I'll do that later on. I haven't moved everything over to flash drive to put everything over here, or my SD card to be able to show you things exactly, but first impressions, I like it. Throughout all that, took away 3%. If I continue to do what I'm doing now, it says 4 hours. Yeah, they have these mapped as WASD. Of course. Are these mapped? No, this is actual up, down, left, right. About these. Oh. This is left, that's right, that's up, that's down. Okay, so this and these in mouse mode is up, down, left, right. Okay, switch to game mode. Do this do anything? This is actual D-pad. Okay, cool. So it's reading it right. This is, yep. Cool. I like it so far. It's not too much to say. Brightness wise, I mean, I'll unscrew my light bulb right next to me to see how the brightness is. And then I'll turn off this monitor. Yeah, pretty bright. It gets very dim as well. I like how dim it gets. That's actually really good. Let me take it away. Yeah, that's like perfect amount of dim. Not too dark, but definitely not too bright at all. I'm somebody that always likes to install a screen dimmer on all of my Android devices, every single one, because I find that none of them ever get as low of brightness as what I need in certain circumstances. And this right here, that's near it, honestly. That's very close to how dim I need a display to get at times. Yeah, I like it so far, honestly. If I can find somebody with a 1X Player 2, I'd probably still trade for it, honestly. But for now, I'm liking this. I could see this being something I hold on to for quite a bit, in all honesty. I had a 1X Player 1. I got that before my third wave, I believe it was, of the Steam Deck 512GB came in. I unboxed the Steam Deck after using the 1X Player for a good 2.5 months. And I immediately sold the Steam Deck same day. Same day I opened it, I immediately sold it. I stuck with my 1X Player for a while until somebody offered me $850. I was like, yep, I'm going to sell it, considering I only paid $600 for that. So, yeah. I like this. Only like I said, this here, I think it's exactly what we need in a lot of these devices, honestly. We really need something like this versus just having to deal with analog stick being your mouse or have to carry around a mouse. This solves a lot of issues for a lot of people, in all honesty. This here also, especially, like having the full keyboard, miles of a difference. Fingerprint scanner, I'll set up later on whenever I make another video about this here in 2 to 3 days or so. I let y'all know my experience about that throughout the days. Through having my hand fully clean, like straight out of the shower, versus like eating a few things and then just wiping it off. Not really doing wet right, but wiping it off to where there's nothing on it. Well, there's obviously some kind of film on it from whatever food I had, like whatever bread I had or whatever, and such. And just like throughout the days and let you know if there's any gripes about that. But so far, I mean, I'm liking it. I'm liking it for sure. Size is great. Don't know if I want to play like this all the time, or kind of halfway, or full way. I feel like full might be the best option to play in, unless like on a bus or something. But I have 2 cars, and I'll walk everywhere else if I need to. So that never happens for me. So yeah, I like it. It's now 3:33 according to this, even though it's 6:33. I'll see y'all in CS:GO and WoW, maybe a few other games too, considering I have fucking 560 games on my Steam or something like that, and I haven't touched half of them. Yeah, with our mage out.